Come on, what do you think? Did you hear all that?
I did. I'm stunned by it, really. I think it's so wrong on so many levels. I mean, look, Simon Jordan, just because he's driven a Vauxhall, he thinks he can drive a Ferrari. I mean, Crystal Palace is not Manchester United for a start. And to single Antony out is hilarious. You've got Harry Maguire for £80 million. You've got Jadon Sancho for £75 million. They've had no better season than Antony at all. So I think you're spot on, Laura. It's season one for a player that's adjusting to this country. I think what it goes back to is it's the passport, and it's the fact that he did the spin, and it's the fact that he's got a bit of flair. And we in this country, some of our pundits just don't like that. That's not the way it's meant to be. But look, we've got an FA Cup final on Saturday afternoon. Martial's not playing now. I'm desperate for Antony to be fit because he's the hardest working winger we've got against a very good City side. So how can he be crap when I would pick him over most of our wingers this weekend?
Gabby?
Do you think he's got a chance against Nathan Ake, left back, if he plays there?
Gabby, I think he's got... I think his asset on Saturday, and the thing that he's massively underrated for is he's such a hard worker, and you have to do that as a winger these days. So many wingers in the past, and a couple of our wingers, they think they're there just to stand on the wing and get the ball and not track back. And he will be massive in the fact that Man City will probably have 70% possession, and he will work hard. And I know that's not what he necessarily. We want him to get more goals, but he's not had a bad start to the season. He's had 8 goals across all tournaments, which, we spoke about this on Sunday, didn't we?
Yeah.
Jack Grealish, first season at Man City, wasn't good. Look at him now. Fabinho, first season at Liverpool, wasn't good. I think that he needs to be cut some slack, but Simon's clearly not watching Man United games. I don't know what he does on weekends, but he doesn't watch Manchester United. That statement is pure nonsense. And I don't know. Maybe he's just in a bad mood. Maybe Antony snubbed him or something for an autograph. I don't know what that's all about.
Hey, that just brings up a very good point, though, doesn't it? Because, Gabby, do you remember saying that Grealish snubbed him for, I don't think it was an autograph.
Yeah, to meet him in Ibiza,
or some sort of
wouldn't surprise you, would it?
Or something like that. But one thing that we have unanimously said about Jack Grealish in the last couple of seasons is do not judge him by his price tag, because that's not his fault. So why do we judge Antony by his price tag?
I think like Mark says, what doesn't help him is when you're watching him play and he's doing these flicks and you're looking at him and you're like, come on, we want to see more. You're looking at the Sakas, the Martinellis, the Mahrez, he's taking players on, making things happen. And I've seen Man United fans, and Mark would agree, a lot of Man United fans can get frustrated with him. And this time next season, if he hasn't got the numbers, there's big questions have got to be asked.
Mahrez's first season at Manchester City wasn't his best.
No.
And he wasn't always in the team either. So that's the one thing that I would use to back up Antony even more. Let me ask you as a whole what you think of Erik ten Hag's first season. Now we're nearly at the end of it, Mark.
Well, yeah, again, look, Simon said it, didn't he? He was moaning about Ten Hag asking for money. I mean, if you are building a mansion and you've only built the foundations and you're asking for money for the second floor and the roof, what's wrong with that? I mean, he didn't spend £200 million. Manchester United are notoriously bad at recruitment. Antony shouldn't have cost 90 or 80 or whatever Simon thinks it was. Martinez shouldn't have cost 50. That's just bad negotiation. So you can't pin that on Ten Hag. Most United fans, when Ten Hag came in a year ago, said that team needs between £500 million and £1 billion on it, because you need a whole new team. You're competing with Man City, and a good player these days probably costs about 100. So 7-8 players is £800 million, isn't it? So he's absolutely right to ask for more money. His first season has been incredible. To be given Wout Weghorst, who is not good enough to start for anybody in the Premier League, and lose Ronaldo and still get third place and 2 domestic cup finals, I think he's been massively underappreciated. I can't believe he's not been shortlisted for Manager of the Year. And you've got people like Emery and Marco Silva who've had brilliant seasons, but Ten Hag taking over that squad, which was toxic a year ago, and getting us to where we are.
He's done a great job, mate.
He has. I mean, I'm not saying those managers I mentioned haven't done a great job. We've been blessed with some amazing, De Zerbi's another one. There's a few, but Ten Hag has done a really good job, and every United fan knows that, because they know a year ago, I mean, there was so many leaks, there was so much unhappiness, and ultimately the performance on the pitch was dreadful. So. Yeah. What a first season, and he does. Simon might not like it, but he needs another 250 million this summer just to go.
I agree.
Try and compete with Arsenal.
We've got a text here from Tom. He's an Arsenal fan. Mark, He says, my nan works hard. Is she a good winger?
For God's sake.
We'll give her a go. I don't know. I don't want to diss his nan. She might, she might be.
Is she available on Saturday? Who knows?
They might need it.
Play up front.
Listen, Simon's just annoyed because he said Erik Ten Hag's suit didn't fit. And
I
now-
know,
and
at
now-
the start.
and now the man's
I'm not having
come
him.
in-
His suit doesn't
come
fit.
into English
He
football,
can't
finished
fit in his
third.
suits. I'm not
God's
having him.
sake, what else are you going to have a go at him about? Mark, thank you so much, my
Thank you,
friend.
Mark.
Speak to you soon.
No worries. Cheers. Thank you.
See you
Top man.
later. Mark Goldbridge, YouTuber, Manchester United fan. You can go onto YouTube and have a little look at the United stand. It's a very good channel. You can also hear live commentary of Saturday's FA Cup final right here on talkSPORT.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods. Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.